Man, what a stance, huh? Holy cow. I would say she's a little more cross-eyed than she used to be. Welcome to the Aftermath Unicorn Run number 2. All I have done so far is I cut here and here where the wire was on both sides because I wanted it to be a little bit faster for getting the hood off for you guys. But I wanted to wait because I wanted you to see what it looked like with the hood still on it. Hey, let's check out a profile. Hold on. What do you think? Yeah, she's a little bit bent. Let's start down the side, then we'll come back and take the hood off. Passenger door. We got some new air conditioning. Other than that, nothing serious. Nothing inside bent, as far as I could tell. All looks still pretty straight. I only remember, I'll still have to watch the video because this is still, I mean, it's starting to get dark out. This is the night of the Derby. We just got home. It is 8:50. So, I only recall one hit to the rear. It was a good one. He hit me pretty damn hard. Fortunately, I heard him coming, so I managed to look back just before he made contact. And really, the damage wasn't horrible. I mean, you can see where he hit. This pillar kind of blew, and the floor, I've got all my tires in there, but you can see right there, started to kink a little bit. Honestly, guys, the back end of this car could have a ton of life left in it. It still looks pretty much exactly the way that it did when I brought it there. Track was a little bit goofy. It was actually kind of hard to, you know, I won't lie, these guys don't mess around. They hit hard, and it was awesome. I absolutely loved it. There was definitely no playing. So I had a great time. It was an awesome show. Trying to go backwards was going to be a challenge, so I went forward a whole lot more than I should have. We got another hole in the sheet metal there. I didn't see that one before. Driver's door still pretty good. No real complaints there. Oh, where things start to get ugly. This frame rail is certainly bent. It wasn't before. But where it gets ugly, that unibody frame has est. It's coming back pretty good, and it is completely split. Almost, not quite to the strut, but it's definitely going. I didn't show you guys too close where I plated the frame on the other side. I don't want people bitching. Everybody's always looking for something to whine about, so I did call the promoter and made sure that I could plate where I plated, how I plated, all that stuff. And well, I know it's a little bit dark, it's kind of hard to see, but you can see that one right there. You can see where it curled, so the plate bent. And then this one, even worse. I didn't weld top and bottom on that one, and I obviously should have, because it just pinched and bowed the plate out. So, for the fun part, let's get the hood off of this thing, huh? Zipper up. I've got a feeling this is going to be pretty messed up in here. One of the first hits I took, I saw that strut tower come back up. This is an awesome tool that Adam made. Oops, straight one. Back on there. Oh, that works. Uh-oh. There we go. Hopefully this doesn't come off too hard. Alright, hood's off. What do we got? Whew. Look at that angle on that thing. Holy cow. That's Yeah, that's pretty good. Those motor mounts, I would say, have, oh man, they've got a little bit more pitch to them. Once again, negative cable is pinched. This time, God, so is everything else that we run through here. That's subframe is pushed back against the engine once again. Well, you can see the dents. I don't know if you guys are going to, yeah, you can see them right there where the alternator was slapping the firewall. Holy cow. Bumper's pushed back in even farther. Radiator is, I mean, it's just consumed. I mean, this engine is wedged in here about as tight as you could get it. Radiator hose is still good. This is all loosened up. Look at that. Oh, yeah. This strut tower's starting to push back too. You can see where everything's folding. Holy cow. That's awesome. This is what the goal was heading down to Jefferson. I was hoping to use the back of the car a little bit more than I did. That's my fault. Once I got in the heat of things, you guys know I like to drive forward, so I did a lot of driving forward. But we went to Jefferson to try to finish off this car because it was hurt to a point where I didn't really want to do a whole lot more work to fix it. I didn't want to change pulleys out and that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just, that's not what we do. We like quick, simple, fast, that kind of stuff. It had another run in it. There was, I believe, 14 cars. I'll have to go back and look. I finished 6th or 7th, and I got to make some hits. So what ended up actually taking me out? Well, if you look at the steering wheel, she's got all kinds of goofy angles to her. So, first thing that happened, about halfway through my time of running, this steering wheel locked up completely. I couldn't turn it either way. So I was going around the track, just drive, reverse, trying to find something to make contact with, even though I couldn't turn my wheels. Fortunately, you've seen, they aren't exactly straight, so I was able to make a couple hits, and I had, unfortunately, there was a guy in front of me that I was kind of working with, and I didn't realize until after the fact that who it was, but I hit him pretty hard in the back, and it actually broke that loose. So I don't know what's going on in that column there to cause that, but it was definitely kind of funky. So it broke loose, I could steer again. And I kind of got shoved in the corner. I took a pretty good shot, and I couldn't get the key to turn to try to fire the car back up because it had stalled out. It actually stalled out on me a couple times. I couldn't get the key to turn. Finally, after I had already pulled my flag down, I put both hands on the ignition and just cranked it as hard as I can, and I felt it break, and it did turn, but at that point, I don't know if something's cut in here or what may be going on. We will probably try another battery, see if we can get it to run, but it wouldn't turn over, so I don't know if it was just I didn't actually get that to work. I mean, I don't know if I just broke something in there, because it was still really tight. I mean, it was, there's no free movement in the ignition whatsoever. It was very locked up, so maybe it wasn't actually turning the way it's supposed to. Maybe I just broke something, but I could not get it to try to go into gear, and ultimately that's what ended our day. I figured it'd be the engine melting, but she was running at least up to that point. I don't know if it would have started back up, but that thing going out there, this steering column was broke. It would move up and down without having to hit the release there. So overall, it was a great run. We had a lot of fun. No complaints. First show with International Demolition Derby. I have some mixed feelings, but overall positive. I don't really have anything horrible to say, except I felt like it was really easy for me to get through tech. Not that I had cheated on anything. I put those 2 plates on it. They did look at those plates, but they left the hood on. They didn't look extremely close. I think I was in inspection for about 45 seconds. So I feel like guys that like to push things a little bit probably could have got away with some stuff. Unfortunately, that's pretty similar with most of the promoters around here. Other than that, I mean, they preached a lot in the drivers' meeting. I wish they would have kind of followed up with some of the stuff they said. But overall, I mean, they were positive, they were upbeat, they were there to have a good time. I mean, and I would say all but one class put on a hell of a show, and it was fast paced. The track was decent. It was sloppy. It was kind of hard to move around. That's probably part of my reason for doing a lot of driving forward, but I don't really have any complaints. I had an awesome time. I can't wait to run the next one, and cleanest car I've ever built right here. Trashed 2 runs. If I haven't made it official, there's your official announcement. The unicorn's done. We are not going to try to put this thing back together. It has got way too much going on, way too much damage. Just the amount of time that it would take to fix this thing, I could drive out to California and get another one. So, who knows? Maybe I'll do that this winter. I could use a reason to go to California. But, what do you think, guys? I'm sad to see her go, kind of. But she'll hang out for a bit because this is one that we're going to take extra care in to pull parts off because everything is so clean. Anything that's still straight will come back off of this car. Might even pull the whole rear axle and trailing arms and everything off of this thing. So if we buy a crusty one, we can put that stuff on it. So I'm going to go take a shower, go to bed, and work on getting these videos up for you guys. Appreciate you following along as always. Get goose.